This conference will now be recorded.
So one of the so far we have seen, right. So um, one of the collection object we have seen earlier, right? Correct. So one is that dictionary object. Remember? Sonia?
Yeah. Hello,
So
Anna.
yeah.
Yeah, Anna, చెప్పండి.
Yeah, we have seen dictionary object. Dictionary is what? It is one of the collection where which can be stored data in the form of key value pair. Correct. We are reading XML file and we are storing in the form of key value pair. Correct. That is what we have seen.
XML.
Um,
Yeah, Anna. Yeah, గుర్తొచ్చింది. Yeah, Anna.
now
Normally,
yes. Now to that, right, I'm going to explain what is the collections. So that is one of the collection. We have one more collection called list object. We'll see how we are going to add the values to the list, how to retrieve the value, how to delete the value from the list, and we'll see the how collections activities as well. So let me create one collection demo. A collection basically, right, nothing but a group of elements. Okay, a group of elements. If we want to store it to somewhere, yes, we can able to store it by using the a collection mechanism. Okay, so when coming back to this collection, right, so one of the important concepts in UiPath. Let's say example, if you have employee number, okay, one column, right. So if you want to store employee numbers into one list and in one collection, so list is the best place where we can going to accommodate the what I'm trying to say, right? So the list is one of the collection object. Let's move on to the how we are going to create first of all list object. Okay, how we are going to create list object. So just selecting the go back to the activities, just drag and drop one sequence here. So let's say example lsd integer here. ls int like employee number. So if you want to store all employee numbers in the object, that is called list object, right? So browse type. Here we have a list. Here if you could see, right, this is one of the collection, correct? List of T. So
yeah.
here you can select any type of data. This is generic. T is the thing about what here? It is generic. Now if you want to create integer, yes, I can able to create. If you want to create string, yes, I can able to create string. If you want to create double, yes, I can able to create string and double. Any type of what I'm trying to say, right?
Data
Um,
types.
a type of the list can accommodate. Now I am selecting, I'm creating list of integer. So what will happen, this list will be accommodate only integer values into that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we create this, make sure that we have to do the instantiation. How we are going to create instantiation? New list
New
of
list or something.
that's all. Okay,
Yeah.
now we have a collection object. If you could see collection activities, here we go. Here
Yeah.
we have four things statements: add to collection, clear collection, existing collection, remove collection. Now let us discuss one by one now. Okay, now I want to add values to the collection. How I'm going to add values to the collection? Pretty much simple. We have,
Anna, what is the basic need of collection?
yes, that is what I told you, right? If you want to store group of elements, see you somewhere you are scrapping the data. Okay, where you have only employee numbers. You got assignment like you have to extract only employee number from 10 or 20 screens. What are you going
Okay.
to do? You are going to scrap the employee number. Where are you going to store it? It is
In
really required.
particular database or something, particular file.
My question is it really required to create database? Sorry, data table here for extracting single column?
No. అంటే like normally like yeah.
Tell me.
And if you want in an table wise, we should obviously create a data table like to present it properly, like column and that header thought part also.
Adding to this. if you want to extract more than one value from the screen, yes, where we require the data table to accommodate multiple rows and multiple column values, correct? But my requirement is I want to extract only one value from multiple pages, like employee number, student number, like a tax ID, okay, like SSN number, like this. This time, right? Do we need to create table? It is not required, right? We have a
Yeah.
collection, we can extract these values and we can push it to the collection, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
In this case, yes, we can go for the collection. If we want to store multiple values of a single column, yes, we can able to store it. We can store
We
it
can put it
using,
into Excel file lo kuda kadana.
yeah, from what I'm trying to say, yes, we can push it to the Excel also, no worries. But collection is where we have to use it. That is what we have to understand.
Okay.
That is next step, Sujan. Putting it to Excel is next step. So directly we cannot put it in Excel, right? Before that, putting Excel, make sure that we should be store it into some data table or somewhere, correct?
Okay. Yeah. In a file or something. Yeah. Okay.
If we directly read and put it into the Excel, no, right? It is not possible.
No. Yeah.
You got it? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. Arthamayindi. Yeah. Just collecting the whole data, like single unique data in a
Yes.
particular file.
Only one column value if you want to store. One column value if you want to store. Yes, we can go for the collections. Okay, well,
Okay.
pretty much simple. You are extracting some numbers. Okay, employee number. But I want to create one collection. Okay, who already been terminated from the what I'm trying to say, or who are already been resigned from the employer. How we are going to store it? We can store it using the collection object. Correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to check. We'll extract the employee number. We are going to check one condition like it has been already, it is terminated or resigned. So these guys I can push it into some other collection. From there I can we can play if you want whatever we want, right? You can play with that existing that data. Correct?
Hmm. Okay.
Fine. Let me add some numbers into collection. So for
But in a collection, it's like only a unique type untadi kadana. Like not different types.
here,
As for yeah, in the collection.
see in the collection that is what I told you. This is a generic.
Okay,
So
generic. So any other type of, like it may be a string, it may be a uh, uh, integer or any other types ఉండొచ్చు.
that is what I told you. Right? Here, if you could see, right, variable type, browse types, list of t. Right? Here
Okay, list of the.
t can be anything. It may be string, it may be integer, it may be double, but whatever
Okay.
it is. Clear? Huh?
Okay, fine. Yeah, got it.
Now I am creating one variable int. And just let me add some numbers into the collection. How I am going to add the collection? Now here, let me take while for looping through that. So here, what is the condition? Int number is less than or equals to 5. So did I assign the no here? I'm assigned 1. Okay. So I want to add 1 to 5 numbers into my string. How I am going to add? Put it inside of this one. Okay. And
Okay.
here, if you put the properties of the collection, pretty much simple. So what is the item you are going to enter into this? Okay. So in which collection you are going to add and what is the type of argument? The three are very, very important. So what is your collection name? LST int employee, correct? Huh? And what is the value you're going to insert into that? Int counter value. I'm going to insert that. And what is the type of argument? This should be an integer, right?
Oh yeah, integer.
But if we have been created integer list here, so
Yeah,
obviously
integer.
it should be accommodated only integer type into that. So that is what we have integer. What is the item you are going to enter, and what is the color, which collection you are going to push it into that. Now,
Yeah.
after this, I want to increment by the int counter. What is this? Int counter equals to int counter plus 1. So what will happen? Just keep on loop through loop. This is looping. Now int counter is what? Initially I have been declared 1. So 1 less than or equals to 5, condition true. So which is going to add 1 to here and increment by 1. 2 is less than or equals to 5. 2 is going to be added. Like this is keep on repeating 5 times. Clear?
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
pretty much good. Now if you want to display the values from the collection, how we are going
Log
to do?
message.
Yeah. Now you tell me how we are going to display values from collection. Which activity we have to use it?
Log message.
No, that is the next one. If you want to, this is a collection, right? I want to retrieve the data from this collection. So which activity which we have to use first before print?
Like selector. We have to, from where we have to extract the data.
Why selector is required here? I have an object. I want to look through and see what is an collection. This is an object, right? LST int
Okay.
employees. I want to look through that object. I want to retrieve the values. Now what I have done here, I have added values to the collection now. Now collection has 5 values. 1, 2, 3, 4,
3,
5.
4,
Collection
5.
has 5 values. Correct? Huh?
Okay.
Now you
Yeah.
want to
Okay. Fine.
retrieve
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
the values from the collection. We already lot of times we have discussed for each activity, right? To look through the collection.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 For each. Yeah. For every one value, we have to print that. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to look through, right? So this is
Yeah.
also here. Here you can print it. You can log the log message saying that
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah.
dot to string. Here this is like no fine. Now let me run it. Okay. So what is going to be run? It is going to push the values into that and it's going to print the values.
Yeah.
See the output? 1, 2. Sometimes it's getting fast. Okay. There's multi-threading processing inside. Let me rerun it. Let us see if it's going to print at sequence order or not. Now it's good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
We are pushing the values into this
And
collection
printing.
and printing. That is what we have done it. Okay. Now what else we have to do? Collections. Here I want to check. I want to remove the value from the collection. How I am going to remove value from the collection? Make sure that we have to check existing collection or not. Okay. Now if you want to display the what I'm trying to say, right? If you want to display the count of, here we go. So how we are going to display the count? You tell me how I want. How can I display count from this list? So lst employee number dot count dot toString. Okay, now. So now we know
Okay.
how many values into the
String.
will come to.
Collection. Yeah.
I want to remove some value from the collection. How I am going to remove it? From which collection if you want to remove? Let's take example. Now we have, let's take example, we have 100 values into that, but I want to remove who are already terminated or who are resigned. I want to remove from that employee list. How I am going to remove that?
We have remove collection. Okay. Remove collection. It will be more totally removed.
Remove, right? Best option is
Yeah.
best practice is you have to check existing collection or not. Okay, which collection? LST employee number.
Employee number. Yeah.
You are trying to remove 3. I'm just hard coding now. Okay, and what is the type of argument? This should be integer, and This is going to be, see here, what is the result? So which is going to exist or not? What is the type? This should be Boolean, right?
Hmm.
Bool is
Exist.
exist. So this is going to be like Boolean. Okay. Now here we have to assign to the Boolean, right? What is that? Which is going to either if it exists, which is going to return true.
Boolean
Yeah.
element.
So values is there, which is going to return true or it is going to return false. How I'm going to check condition? If condition. What is if condition here? So bool element exists. If it is element exists, so what we have to do? We have to remove from collection. Remove from collection. See here. So what is the remove from collection? Here, what is the collection name? LST integer. What is the item if you want to remove? I want to remove 3. That's all. Now reprint the values after removing. Okay, how I'm going to reprint? Just copy this. I'm going to print it here. Now let me print the count also after removing. Copy this. Let me run it. See here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count of collection is 5. So I have been removed 3, right? 3 is not present here. So this is here.
Yeah.
Fine. Now we have one left. We have left only one thing, right? So what is that? Clear collection. So what will happen once you clear the collection, right? So what will happen? Clear the values from the collection. So see the properties pretty much simple. Don't ask you what is the collection name. What is the collection name?
Employee name. Yeah, employee number.
After this one, now we have to give what else we have to give?
We
Yes,
have
we
to
have
assign like boolean or something.
type of argument which we have to give.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so what we have to do? I'm just going to log again.
Login.
Just basic like how many still existing collection.
Numbers exist. Yeah.
Okay. Will display the if once you clear the collection, what is the output of this one?
Null and aim చూపించాలి like it shows nothing.
0. Okay. Here we go. First of all, I have 5, then 4, then 0 because we have cleared the collection. So this is how we have to use collections in real time exam. Real time. Any queries on the collections?
No, but one small query like if ఆ డేటాలో like huge amount of like data ఉందనుకోండి like if we remove the items like particular like 1 to 100 సో అక్కడ మనం if condition వాడుకొని 1 to 100 అని కౌంట్ ఇచ్చుకొని డిలీట్ చేయొచ్చు అన్న.
Ante. We have write the condition, that's all. That's the example.
Okay.
You have one
only
collection.
particular like if like say like ఒక నేమ్స్ అనే కాలం ఎస్ఐడి నేమ్ అనే కాలంలో లైక్ డూప్లికేట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి సో ఓన్లీ ద డూప్లికేట్ వాల్యూస్ డిలీట్ చేయాలంటే
Where we can go for the link queue operations. Remove duplicate.
ఓకే
So that's the
ఇట్ హ్యాస్ డిఫరెంట్ ఓకే ఆపరేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే
yeah. Now you are printing this employee number, but you don't here you have to check the condition. What is the condition? If item not to string equals to dot whenever you are comparing, right? I'm just you can use it this way also. Item.toString dot trim dot equals of. So if item equals to, that's the example one, right? I want to remove it. How I'm remove it? Collection. We can use it remove from collection. Remove from collection. Here you can pass the item. That's all. What is the collection?
Number,
LSC.
EMP number, item
Item
1. Oh yeah,
item
item, yeah.
should be
Integer. Result should be like అప్పుడు మనం అగైన్ మళ్ళీ we have to ఏమంటారు బులియన్స్ అవన్నీ వేరియబుల్ పెట్టుకోవాలని
అర్థం కావట్లేదు.
like we have to assign a variable like boolean exist or something as first చేసుకోవాలి.
That is not, yeah, that is best practice. I told you, no? That is also best practice. We can use it.
Okay.
Of here, we just going to ask you like integer, right? This way we can do it. That's all. You got it, huh? Why I'm converting two integer here? Because here I have mentioned integer. I'm getting one object. For object value, this is an object, right? If you could see, this is an object, correct? Huh? If you could see the properties, this is an object. Type of is object. From object, I'm
Yeah.
getting value. I'm just converting it to integer here. Clear? Huh? Are you following me or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, fine. Now after this, I'm just removing. I'm printing the values, and that is, if you want to execute, if you can execute this. Even one also, I'm removing it. You asked one question, right? If within that, if I loop through in that, how we are going to check condition? I'll put if condition, check the value. The value is exists. Yes, we can able to remove this. What is this?
I think item అక్కడ
The count of collection file. Then what we are doing? Collection count existing collection. Already we have been. Apply number. So coming as item is coming 1. I'm just removing. Okay. Let me rename this. Collection was more enumeration operation may not be executed. Which okay, got it. So while loop through this one, right? So make sure that we should not delete we should not modify this collection object. That is what it's trying to say. While loop through, right? Because what we are doing, we are checking here equals to 1. So I'm removing. If you're removing, it is going to see what will happen. It is going to, we have removed the values from collection. But here while loop through that, right? What will happen? First of all, this is going to cancel 5. You got it right? What I'm trying to say?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is a
Okay.
collection.
Okay.
You see,
Condition already it is having less than or equal to 5 or something.
correct, correct. So we should not remove here. That is the thing.
So, okay.
Clear, right?
Okay. So we can put this one as okay. అట్లా కూడా చేయాలి. Yeah.
For each, we should not remove. If you want to, while displaying, we should not remove it. So if you want to, what it's trying to say, the collection very simple. You are having the see, this collection is already which has been finalized, right? Collection has 5 values. While loop through in that one, what will happen? Which is come one by one here. But
Mm.
if you remove it, right, any one value, which is telling like collection is modified. See, collection was modified. Enumeration operation may not be executed. You got it right? What I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
While
Mm.
executing, while loop through in that one, we should not remove it.
Okay.
Any queries on the collections?
No, no.
Fine. Now let's move on to the link queue operation. We'll discuss now.
Okay. So in this link operation, we have duplicate remove seven ఉంటాయి.
Everything would be, I will tell you in detail here. Yeah. So link queue, when we go for link queue, basically now, so for querying data from the data table or querying data from the list, okay. If you want to query data from the list or data table, easy methodology is link queue operations. So So what is see if instead of writing to 5 to 7, 5 to 10 lines, so by using link queue operations, we can write a single line of code and we can get the values and we can play with the existing collection data. Link queue will be play with the existing arrays, existing collection, and existing data table. Okay. So let us see. First thing is if you want to copy to data table. So what is a copy to data table is basically, let's go by one. We have yeah, first of all, copy to data table. What is a copy to data table? Let's take example, you have one table. Inside that, you have filtered some data. That filtered data, if you want to push it into one more table, how we are going to create it? Sujan, you are following, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have one table with me. So what is the table? Here we go. I have this is the table which have been created. So which contain 5 rows. Okay. So
Okay.
this one, if you want to convert, if you want to filter some value here and filter value, if you want to push it to one more table, how we are going to create it? So we can able to create by using the. So first thing is see here, we are writing select query. What is the query here? DT student is what? Is my table name dot select Like how we are going to write the conditions in SQL server. Same thing we are going to write the
Yeah,
where.
we can use SQL Server queries.
No, no, we should not use it. But we have syntax is different, but the same methodology I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Student dot select of SNY equals to 103 dot. See whatever the value which we are going to filter right from your which is what is the select. Select is going to retrieve the one data row.
Yeah. Hmm.
Data. What is the data already we have seen? Right? What is the data table and what is the data row we have seen, right? What is the data row?
One or 103.
Data row is basically is one of the row from the data table. What is the data table? Is a collection of data rows.
Data rows, yeah.
Row, I'm just selecting from the table. Whatever you are selecting row, right? That row should be pushed it into one more table. Okay.
Okay.
So copy to data table. See here. So what is this table name? This table name is DT student. You got it right? This
Okay.
table name is student. Here I'm creating a new table. See here. I have created new data table. I have two data tables here. The one is DT student, another one is DT new table. So whatever I'm filtering data, this I'm going to push it into one more table called DT new table.
New
This one
table.
I'm printing DT new table str output. I'm printing this value. See here, if you could see str output, I'm printing. Let me run this and let us see what is the value which is going to print it here. So you should display 103 record. I mean the row contain 103.
Row.
See here, I have two rows, so which contain the 103. So if you could see here, and just here 103, Sachin and Raghav. We have two rows, should be selected from there, and it should be converted into, I mean, it should be pushed it into one more new table and printing values from the new table here. You could see the output. Here we go 103 Sachin, 103 Raghav. Clear?
No.
Are you following or not?
Yeah.
So this is how we can able to simple query here. This is a very simple query, a select query.
We
It is
can
student.
we can copy the whole table and we can put it into another table, like push it to another table. Like you are selecting only serial number equal to 103 అన్నారు కదా. If you have thousands of rows, so if you want to copy only 500 rows, so అప్పుడు like we have to write same as select అదంతా రాయాలా లేకపోతే we have any other query or something?
Yeah, we have to write the same thing only. Select query only we have to write it.
Okay. So we have to write the select query and serial number from whatever the 500 rows,
Yeah.
or any other simple logic is there also to that.
So you mean to say that where we can put the like operations also we can put it. I'll tell you how to put like operations. Okay.
Okay. And I mean, do you understand the question? Anna? Like we have thousands of rows. So
I
అందులో
got.
నుంచి we have to only get it 500 rows. సో అప్పుడు మనం అప్పుడు సేమ్ సీరియల్ నంబర్ ఆ 500 రోస్ ఉన్న నంబర్స్ యూనిక్ కీస్ ఏవైతే అవి రాయాలా లేకపోతే వీ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ సింపుల్ క్వైరీ ఆర్ అంటే సింపుల్ లాజిక్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్?
I got your question. So where we have to write the logic only. How we are going to with the top numbers like select from one to something, 1 to 100, something like that. We have to write the logic.
ఓకే ఓకే
So this is how one thing is. Now let us see the distinct. How we are going to display the distinct value from the data table. Okay. Now the same example which I am creating here, I have some distinct. What is the distinct here? See, let's say example SNO column 100, 102, 102. I have 103 displaying two times. Okay. I want to display the distinct values. How I am going to display here? So here we have the default view. So what is the meaning of default view? It is a view of your entire table. Okay. DT
ఓకే
student of default view. I'm just converting it to table. It's okay. So here, based on the SNO, I want to retrieve the distinct values. Okay. Now I'm just converting into one more new table. This new table I'm printing here. Let us see what is going to display. This thing is very simple. Data table dot default view dot to table of for which column I want to make it as a distinct. You could see the output. Here we go. It has been displayed only four values: 100, 101, 102, 103. But here we have two one or three values. Clear, Sujan?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Only distinct values, not duplicate values. Yeah.
And get single column values using the actual linky query. I will tell you now. This is only select operations from the head table. Now let us see the actual linky queries, how we are going to do this. Now see here, I have one same table with me. I want to write the query. How I am going to write the query? Simple. See, pretty much easy linky queries writing. So what I am doing, from item in DT student. So what is the DT student here basically? Is my
Table.
table. Taking my table, and this is my object of this table. Okay, this is the syntax
Yeah.
actually, from item in DT student,
Table.
where item of, what is this item, what is the name, where it will be name, what is the name here, column of the D2 student, the two string, the two upper. I'm just converting. Always use the best practice while comparing strings. Either you want to convert into lower or uppercase, you have to convert it already, which we have been discussed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so string operation. Make sure that we have to convert either two string or two upper, and we have to convert it two upper or two lower, and equals to Ramu. Select what I'm going to select here. I'm going to select the SNO. So whatever the number, immediately I think you are following, right? So
Yeah.
just retrieve the SNO of Ramu. Okay, and I'm just converting it to list of 0. Finally, I'm converting. See, I'm getting only single column values, right? That column I'm converting into two lists. Two lists again, what is a collection? And I'm going to retrieve the first value of the collection. Okay. Now, what is this? Is what this integer, which is going to display the integer number here. Simply run it and see what is the output of this one. See the output. See 100. So, what is the Ramu's SNO? Here we go. Ramu SNO is 100. Clear?
Yeah.
Simple way of retrieving the data. If you want to retrieve the data from the existing collection, yes, I can able to have an existing data table. Yes, I can able to write the condition like this. Pretty much simple. Instead of loop throughing that one. So what we have to do, instead of what is the without using collection? What is the other option?
For for what to put it into one table?
Yeah, because now I have written simply. I have written one linky query to retrieve SNO number, but
Yeah.
what is other option to retrieve the SNO from this data table?
Retrieve అంటే like uh, copy to the table and just only SNO number like
No, instead of
only
linky operation. So what we have to, we have to loop through the table, okay, and you see how I'm going to retrieve that
for
value.
each.
Correct. Why I'm telling, even without linky also we can write the code, but we have to see the what is the length of that one without using that one, right? So without using this one, if you want to write it, what we have to loop through the data table for each. Okay, if we want to loop through data table, right? We have for each row we can use it directly. So what is this? DT student, and we have to check condition. If condition, if what is that? Row of. So what is the column name? Name dot toString dot string dot to upper dot equals of same logic. Ramu. Then what we have to do? We have to assign it. What is assign here? The assign here integer SNO equals to row of, what is the column name?
Um,
What is SNO? We have to use it.
okay, sorry, column, right? Yeah.
Row of SNO dot. Here we have to convert into two dot to string. So we have to convert into integer, right? Since it is the integer number, and one dot to of, that's it. And once we get the value, right, you just break it. I don't want to continue other values, correct?
Yeah.
You got it? See, this is a simple, only one line of code. Instead of one line of code, what we have to do? We can do this way also. Here on this row of the column name dot to string to operator equals to Ramu. Then I'm going to get the value and I'm going to break it. See here, if you want to display this values also, I can display it. How I'm going to display this value? Here I'm displaying the value. This much of code we have to write it. Instead of that,
We just
right?
use link here. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the link. If you want to run it, you can run it. Hmm. You see the output? Here we go. Here also I got 100. Here also I got 100. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Why I'm just comparing link view and without link view. Link view is it is saving a lot of time for you to writing the code. Here we have it's only one line of code, but here see how many lines which we have written for this thing, getting the SNO from the data table. I
Mm.
hope you. Any queries here? Are you
No,
following
no.
it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
Fine, fine. Now we know what is that. How to retrieve the
Linkage.
string using query. So if you want to put like operations in the query, okay, like operator. What is the like operations? List if you want to retrieve the like SNO contains 10, so which is going to retrieve the data in which is going to retrieve the data like operation. Basically, right? We used to write like operations in your SQL. The
Yeah.
same
Mm.
to write it. See here, I have some values like this. So what is my linking query? I want to retrieve the length for based on the like 10. See wherever the 10 is. See here I am writing dd student dot select. Okay, here I'm just converting in SNO into, so make sure that right like operation before you put like option that should be converted into string.
String.
Okay, here I'm just converting SNO string. This is one of the way of converting string. This is syntax convert of SNO string. I'm just converting into string. Like after converting I'm putting like operation. So what is this? So this is basically percentage 10 percentage. That means that in between number wherever you have 10,
10.
which
Yeah, I know. Like, I know, yeah.
yeah, pretty much good. That's very pretty much simple like operation. And I'm
Mm.
just displaying count. So normally how much, what is the count you are getting expecting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because all the places we have 10, correct? Now we should
Mm.
display the 5 as
All 10. Yeah, all numbers. Same as SQL లో ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తారో అదే
right.
సింటాక్సెస్ ఉంటాయి.
Almost all same. But a
Yeah.
few changes will be different here.
And I mean in like operations, like we have like percentile 10 and two last two digits we have if 10 is there then only print those values అట్లా సేమ్ అదే ఉంటుందా?
Correct, correct. Same is syntax same. You could see, right? If you
Yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah, అదే అందుకే అడుగుతున్నా.
yeah, almost all same. Because it's a .NET framework. So SQL Server and .NET almost all what are these basics which we have, I mean syntax which we are doing the same thing we can able to use it here with the slight modifications. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now I am going for if you want to join two tables, you know how we are going to joining, right? The same operations which we are going to do it here.
Yeah.
And see the table I have some data with me, and second table I have data with me. Like second table I have only 100 and 1 2. So obviously when you are joining two tables, make sure that what we have to you require there is a common column between the, like right, what is the
Primary
primary?
keys.
That's
Yeah.
all. Wonderful. So like that only for primary and foreign key the same thing. Here I have a column called SNO here. and there also we have a column called SNO. So by using this, I can able to easily write the condition.
సేమ్
Now I
లెఫ్ట్
want
జాయిన్ రైట్ జాయింట్స్ ఉంటాయి అందులో కూడా
in
సేమ్ లెఫ్ట్ జాయింట్స్ రైట్ జాయింట్స్ ఫుల్ జాయింట్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్న అందులో
everything you can write this. Now see here, I'm converting, okay, DT student, okay, DT. Normally, what is the condition? Normally, we used to write it in link, joining SQLs are the same thing. So from P in DT student, I'm just converting it to one collection and join T into, this is up, we have one more table, right, DT. So I'm just join two table, one join with STD student, DT student, join with DT duplicate. Now I have joined two tables here on, what is the condition? P dot, so what is the P? Is this alias name, right? P
Yeah,
dot
I know.
item
Yeah.
4 dot toString equals to T dot item dot SMO dot toString. Here I'm just converting into two lists. So what is my requirement here? I want to retrieve the count of matched records. So both the table, how many matched records we have? So the same count I want to display. Directly we cannot print the count, right? So where will get the count? We have to convert into one list. From that list I can get the count. Clear?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now,
And if you want to print the whole only count కాకుండా if you want to print the data, we should just remove that count.
yeah, you can remove the count. It will be converted into two lists, S and O,
Okay.
where we select operations. Here I'm just checking condition only on condition. After conditions, here we have to write the select operation. Here we have to write the select operation. Already we have seen that one example. Select item. What is the item? If you want to item, right, you can able to select it. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you a previous example, right? I just select this. Yeah, here we have seen, right, how we are going to select the values. Here we go. Like this, we have to write the, we have to, once the condition is satisfied, then we have to, if you want to select any values, yes, we can able to select like this. Here.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Now after that, we just go to display. Now can you tell me what is the count which is going to display here? Now we have SNY is equals to
2.
100, 1,
Only 2. Not 2. అంటే with duplicate values తో పాటు వస్తుంది like how many?
1 or 2. So which is going to display 2 only, correct?
Yeah.
See, count is 2. Like this, if you want to, it's pretty much simple. We know how to check the condition, how to retrieve the values. So obviously what will happen? We can able to proceed like this. So link query to data table. If you want to retrieve the data without select operations. So already we have seen, right? What we have seen here.
Copy to data table. Yeah.
Dot select, which we have seen, correct? Data table dot collect. See here, what we have done here. Data table dot select. So without select method, if you want to retrieve is link queue up. This is a pure link queue. How I am going to do this? Pretty much simple. See here. From item, same thing. In data table, select where I'm just converting into integer equals to 1 or 3. Select item. The entire item it is going to be selected. And this item, you asked the previous one thing, right? This is the example. If you want to convert into record two table, entire table, right? Yes, I can able to convert into. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Here I'm just selecting item. If you learn link you, right, you can do wonders in actually in UiPath. Pretty much easy writing queries. Then. You can write and instead of loop through the table, you don't require here looping mechanism not required. So he is basically linked with pretty much simple writing queries. Retrieve, if you want to retrieve the data from query, easily we can write the queries. So by using simple logics. So same, always start with the pre, item is nothing but object of this table. In, I'm just selecting a table. From this, I'm just taking the condition SNY equals to so and so and select that item. What is the item? So what I'm filtering, right, 1 or 3, that I'm going to select that item. I'm going to converting it to new data table. Here I'm converting new table, I'm printing. You just see here how it is going to print it. It is going to print. So 103. So how many 103s I have?
One,
I have.
two.
I think I have answered for your previous question. Correct.
Yeah, got it.
And if you want to query to convert into list, okay, I want to convert into list. How we are going to convert into list? Pretty much simple. Simply, I'm just saying that here I'm just converting into list. Here Ramu is there, right? So what is the Ramu?
Okay.
So like this, you may have hundreds of I mean, you have hundreds Ramus in a table. I want to get the
Same,
rest of.
same as like you said, like I asked you, not with count, we have to remove just count. So that same query.
Yeah, I removed the count. Okay. So it will be converted to list. So when creating two list, make sure this is also list only. See, I have created LS2 list here. LSTSNO, this is a list of in32. So if you want to, here I'm just displaying the count of the list SNO. Then obviously display the, it will display the count of filtered values. If you run it,
Yeah,
it will display only one. Because I have S name, name it contains Ramu. We have only one row here. Clear?
mm.
The last one is pretty much simple select operations. See here, so this is the table. Now, what is the table? We have a lot of ways to retrieve the data. That is what I'm just trying to say. I'm just going showcasing a lot of ways to retrieve the data. So this is the table which contains the value. Okay. So what is the data table? Data table is basically a collection of data rows.
Rows, yeah, rows and columns. Yeah.
What is the row? Basically, here I created data row. See here, data row I have been created and simple condition here. What is the condition? Here see, I'm just showing the for it is a directly it is a string, right? It is not converting it into string. If you want to put a like operation for integer, make sure that we have to convert into integer. But since it is a string, it is doesn't require to convert it. So, now dot select name like Ramu singular default. What is the singular default method? Which is going to, so let's say example, you have maybe retrieve two rows from here. So because I want to retrieve only one row, because my destination is what? It is not a collection, it is only row, correct? Which is can accommodate only one. Now if you retrieve more than one rows from here, so what will happen? Which is going to retrieve the top first row only. It is called single row or default one. Default one, it is going to return when a single record it is going to be retrieved. Or if it is going to filter more than one record, so make sure that which is going to retrieve a single record from that. You got it? What is this? A singular default? One of the
Yeah,
interview singular default. See here, it returns only element of the sequence or default value of the sequence is empty. This method throws an exception. There is more than one element in the sequence. I hope it is clear. Now from here, from row I can able to print the values. See here, what is the row of column name dot toString, row of column name dot toString. So obviously what will happen, which is going to retrieve the values here. 100. Clear?
yeah,
Let me show you in different way. So make sure that we have to give single or default one. It should always retrieve it should not contain more than one values like this. You see here, I have more than one or two Ramu more than one time I have to make sure that it should not be like this. If it is like this, what will happen? Which is going to throw a single or default one is going to throw an exception. That is what is clearly told here. If you could see here, um, See, returns only one element of the sequence. The default value sequence is empty. This method throws an exception. There is more than one element in the sequence. So that is what is trying to say here. Now we have two elements, right? Obviously, which is going to throw an exception. Now save it to. So that's all about the collection. Any queries so far?
No problem.
So you have to practice a lot as Srijan. So I think looping mechanism still we are at no. You have to practice a lot. So shall we continue or shall we wind up?
Yeah, no, I will just practice this and I will continue tomorrow.
If you continue more, right, you cannot practice. So make sure that you have to practice. Then only I'm expecting a lot of questions from you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we can wind up session today. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah.